Chatbots just talk. AI agents get things done, from booking trips to analyzing data to organizing your life. These powerful assistants are set to be the next big thing in 2025. Ready to stay ahead? Let's dive into the AI dope.
Remember when chatbots just kind of blew our minds by being able to hold a conversation? Well, now we're talking about AI that can actually do things for you. Book that trip you've been putting off, or dig through mountains of data to find exactly what you need. And it's going to be huge because everyone's jumping on this. Microsoft, Google, NVIDIA, even Salesforce. So 2024 was definitely the year of the chatbot. But it seems like all signs are pointing to 2025 being the year of the AI agent.
And what's really interesting is that this isn't just some far-off, sci-fi thing. These agents are already making a real impact, especially inside companies. So, for example, Microsoft's seeing some pretty amazing improvements just by using these agents internally. Like their IT self-help success rate has jumped by a crazy 36%. And their sales teams are seeing 9.4% more revenue per seller. So that really shows you how efficient and effective these agents can be.
Yeah, those are some seriously impressive numbers. So how are these agents actually different from the chatbots we're all starting to get used to? They both use AI, right? So what's the dividing line?
Right. It's a good question. I think a good way to think about it is the chatbot is your main point of contact. It's the interface you're talking to. But behind the scenes, you've got these AI agents that are the specialists. They're working to actually get things done. It's like having a whole team of experts at your disposal, each one with their own unique set of skills.
Well, I like that analogy. So if I'm talking to a chatbot about booking a flight, it's actually these agents behind the scenes that are checking my calendar, comparing prices, and figuring out the best options based on, what I like.
Exactly. It's this really cool division of labor that makes the whole system super powerful. The chatbot understands what you're asking for, and then the agents go and make it happen. They're coordinating behind the scenes.
Hey, want our free AI dope top AI tools that we use? Chat below. It's our live Google Sheets packed with over 100 killer tools: video, music, photos, AI voices, productivity, script writing, YouTube hacks, captions, the works. Always growing. Live Google Sheet. Always free. AI dope top AI tools that we use. Download and chat below. Back to the show.
And it's not just Microsoft doing this right. What are other companies doing with this AI agent tech?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Google, for instance, has this experimental project they're calling Project Mariner. Now, it's still early days, but it can actually browse the web and do things through the Chrome browser. They even did a demo where Mariner could, grab contact info from a list of companies on a Google Sheet. Pretty amazing stuff.
Wow. So we're talking about AI that can understand web pages and actually pull out specific data. That could be revolutionary for so many things like research data entry, even market analysis.
Yeah, absolutely. The potential applications are massive. And remember, this is all still experimental. Just imagine what these agents will be able to do as the technology keeps getting better.
It's mind-blowing to think about. And of course, we can't forget about Apple. They're always pushing the boundaries of tech. So what are they doing with AI agents?
Well, the word on the street is they're working on something called Apple Intelligence, which is basically going to integrate AI agents into Siri in a big way. So Siri is going to be able to do things like suggest when to pick someone up from the airport based on their flight info and traffic. Imagine having a digital assistant that anticipates your needs before you even ask.
Wow, that would be a total game changer. So we've got Microsoft streamlining their internal stuff, Google experimenting with web-based agents, and Apple's about to make Siri even smarter. It feels like AI agents are popping up everywhere. But when are we actually going to see these multi-step, super capable agents? When are they going to be part of our everyday lives?
That's the million-dollar question. While everyone's saying 2025 is the year of the AI agent, I wouldn't expect to see these really complex agents handling everything for you right out the gate.
So are we looking at another one of those hype cycles where the tech doesn't quite live up to all the initial buzz?
Not necessarily. The big difference here is that we're already seeing those real-world benefits. Companies like Microsoft are getting real results, so it's not just hype. This tech has real potential, and it's already delivering.
That's a good point. So if these multi-step agents aren't going to be mainstream right away in 2025, where do you think we'll see the most progress in the near future?
Probably in enterprise solutions. Automating all those tedious tasks that bog down so many workplaces, streamlining IT processes, just making businesses run smoother and more efficiently.
Yeah, it makes sense to start in a more controlled environment like a business.
Yeah.
Before unleashing these agents on the general public. But you're saying that consumer-facing agents will come eventually, right? It's just a matter of time and refining the technology.
Exactly. The potential's there and the incentives are huge. Just look at how fast smartphones changed our lives once the tech got good enough.
It's hard to imagine life without smartphones now. So are you suggesting AI agents could have a similar impact?
It's definitely possible. But as Bob O'Donnell from Technalysis Research points out, people need to see the benefit to change their habits. If AI agents can consistently deliver fast, accurate, and truly helpful results, then people will adopt them. It's all about showing the value and making it easy for people to integrate them into their lives.
So it's not just about the tech itself. It's about showing people how these agents can make their lives easier, more efficient, maybe even more enjoyable. It feels like we're on the verge of a major shift in how we interact with technology.
We are, and while there are still challenges ahead, the potential of AI agents is undeniable. This is a trend to watch very closely.
Yeah, all of this has been incredibly fascinating. But let's bring it back to our listeners for a sec. What does all this actually mean for them? What should they be paying attention to in 2025?
Well, the first takeaway is that AI agents are coming, and they have the potential to radically change how we work and live. It's no longer a question of if, but when and how. The second takeaway is that while we'll see a lot of business applications early on, keep an eye out for consumer-facing applications too. Things like Apple integrating agents into Siri are just the beginning. It won't be long before these agents start showing up in all sorts of apps and services we use every day.
So we should be looking for those early signs of AI agents kind of creeping into our daily lives. What else should our listeners be thinking about as we head into 2025? Like, how do you see this changing things for the average person?
Well, that's where things get really interesting. Think about all those mundane, time-consuming tasks that eat up all our time and energy. Scheduling appointments, managing email booking travel, even just remembering where you put your keys. What if you could just hand all that off to an AI agent?
That sounds almost too good to be true, but wouldn't that require a huge leap of trust? I mean, we're talking about letting AI handle some pretty important parts of our lives.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a conversation we need to have as a society. How much control are we willing to give up to AI? How do we make sure these agents are working in our best interest? These are big questions, but they're also really exciting ones.
Yeah, it feels like we're entering a whole new era of human-computer interaction. One where the line between giving instructions and delegating responsibility starts to get blurry.
Exactly. And like any new frontier, there are going to be challenges and uncharted territory, but the potential benefits are enormous. Imagine a world where you're freed from all those mundane tasks. You'd have so much more time and energy to focus on the things that really matter.
That's a pretty compelling vision. So let's recap the key takeaways from our deep dive into the world of AI agents.
First, AI agents are coming, and they have the potential to completely change how we work and live. It's not a matter of if, but when and how. Second, while the early focus will be on business solutions, consumer applications are right around the corner. And third, we need to start thinking about what it means to delegate tasks to AI and the trust we're willing to put in these agents.
That's a lot to think about, but it's also incredibly exciting. It feels like we're on the cusp of something truly transformative.
We are. And it's going to be fascinating to see how this technology unfolds in the next few years.
Before we wrap up this deep dive, we wanted to leave you with a thought-provoking question to ponder.
Think about all those little things you do every day that you wish you could just hand off to someone else. Scheduling meetings, filtering emails, booking flights, maybe even picking up your dry cleaning.
Imagine having a digital assistant that can anticipate your needs and handle all that stuff seamlessly and reliably. What would that mean for your life? Would it free you up to focus on more meaningful work or spend more time with loved ones? Or just relax and enjoy life a bit more? Or would it feel kind of unsettling to hand over that much control?
It's a question worth considering as we step into this new era of intelligent automation.
And remember, 2025 is just the beginning. This is a story that's just getting started. So keep an eye on this space because things are about to get very interesting.
Until next time, stay curious.
Yeah, it really does feel like we're stepping into this whole new world.
It does, doesn't it?
Maybe by this time next year, we'll all be giving our AI agents names, like they're our buddies.
Oh yeah, I can totally see it. Hey Jarvis, take care of my schedule for tomorrow. Or, Alexa, find me the best deal on some noise-canceling headphones.
And the best part is, these agents will keep learning and getting better over time. The more we use them, the more personalized and effective they become.
Right, exactly. It's that constant feedback loop that's going to lead to this much more seamless and intuitive experience.
And if you want another AI dope deep dive, check this next video and ask yourself, how lucky are we to live in these AI dope times?